something she was unable to stop. Every headline, comment, and viral post followed her wherever she went. Then the story took an even more unexpected turn. Rumors from those allegedly close to the case said that private conversations between medical professionals and trusted friends had only increased the speculation. Suddenly, what many had dismissed as celebrity gossip began to appear much more personal. If their assertions were accurate, this was no longer only a love story. It had developed into a story about fear, uncertainty, and the emotional strain of keeping really personal matters hidden from the public. According to several reports, tensions eventually broke out during what was supposed to be a normal family gathering. Sources claim that when Jasmine's sister subtly pulled her into the kitchen, a calm conversation quickly turned violent. "Are you really going to let him keep hiding all of this?" she allegedly said. Jasmine reportedly defended Kirk immediately after, claiming he wasn't trying to hurt anyone. She reportedly said that he just felt overworked and that he wanted more time to handle everything in public. Some attendees, however, claimed that despite standing up for him, she seemed uncertain. At the same time, Kirk's own family seemed to be having similar conversations. A relative reportedly told him that public speculation was growing every day and that remaining silent may make matters worse. "People are already asking questions," the family member supposedly told him. Whether such private discussions actually happened as described is still hard to independently verify. It will get more difficult to explain the longer you wait. However, one thing was more obvious to everyone seeing from the outside. Something significant was emerging beneath the surface. Friends claim that Kirk ceased attending regular family gatherings and dinners. Conversely, Jasmine apparently grew harder to contact, occasionally ignoring calls and taking hours or even days to reply to texts. It was reported that even their quiet moments together were tainted by emotions that neither of them could express. Those with knowledge of the situation claim that when they did meet, the discussions were brief. They were described as intense, passionate, and full of unsolved conflicts that neither side was able to overcome. Then came the night that changed everything, according to many. Sources claim that once Kirk arrived to Jasmine's house, the two waited in the parked car until their emotions finally erupted. Kirk allegedly struck the steering wheel angrily and screamed, "You promised we'd talk when the time was right," before turning to Jasmine. Fighting back tears, Jasmine supposedly answered with comments that left everything up in the air. But what if that moment never comes? Many believe that after that awful exchange, silence between them became inevitable. For what felt like an age, neither of them spoke. It is said that Kirk finally broke the silence by posing the question that had been bugging him for weeks. "Do you realize how this may affect all I've worked so hard to create?" The words echoed long after he had finished speaking, and Jasmine turned away without answering, wiping the tears from her cheeks in silence. Insiders said that she realized what she had been attempting to ignore during that agonizing moment. Love might not be enough to withstand the growing pressure around them. To the broader public, it seemed like just another celebrity issue that was taking over social media and newspapers. But if the whispers circulating behind the scenes are accurate, the reality was even more painful. It was no longer only gossip. Jasmine is said to have stayed behind when Kirk finally drove off that night, while millions of others watched from the outside as two people battled in private with fear, uncertainty, and choices that may alter their lives. Online speculations surged around the same time, and she later received an emotional phone conversation that many would later describe as a major turning point. Internet quickly divided into opposing groups, each of which was confident they already knew the truth. Some accused Kirk of avoiding difficult questions, while others said Jasmine was intensifying rather than diminishing the focus. Emotional phone calls, disagreements, and difficult conversations reportedly increased as family members disagreed on what should be kept hidden and what could no longer be disguised. The pressure supposedly went beyond the couple themselves behind closed doors. Every day that passed seemed to add to the emotional strain of the situation, and eventually Kirk apparently got a message that really disturbed him. "Whether you're ready or not, I simply hope you'll be at my side when the truth is revealed." Sources claim that long after he put down his phone, the remarks kept repeating in his mind. Jasmine was reportedly preparing for whatever lay ahead. She allegedly filled page after page with handwritten notes that she never meant to deliver, according to those close to the case. The letters are reported to have captured her hopes, worries, and the future she continued to see despite everything going on around her. She reportedly often pondered about the day when a child would ask how their parents met, hoping that the answer would be remembered with love rather than regret. Kirk, meanwhile, was apparently remembering happier days. Friends said he often remembered a time before headlines, online gossip, and public discussion over every decision. He remembered enjoying himself with Jasmine away from the cameras, talking about their future, and believing that life would be much simpler than it had actually been. According to many reports, the emotional breaking point occurred over a family dinner at his parents' residence. Sources claim that Kirk made many attempts to address each person present at the table. Every time he opened his mouth, the words would not come out. After a few long moments of silence, he allegedly drew back his chair, stood up quietly, and walked away without saying anything. Some in attendance claimed that the silence that followed was more powerful than any speech he could have given. Later that evening, Kirk's mother reportedly got in touch with Jasmine. The conversation was described as short, uncomfortable, and interspersed with long pauses. The words that neither side had been able to avoid were supposedly eventually said by her. "We need to talk," Jasmine allegedly declared without hesitation. By then, it is believed, she had accepted that she could no longer avoid the conversation. When they got back in touch the next day, their emotions were reportedly running high. There were still a lot of unanswered questions, unresolved difficulties, and difficult conversations that needed to be had. Sources claim that Kirk's mother briefly looked at Jasmine before turning away again in silence. A brief occurrence that many readers of the story have since interpreted as an indication of how emotionally draining the situation had become. Even while it's unknown whether these reported events truly occurred as described, one thing is for sure. By then, the allegations had evolved into far more than your average celebrity gossip. Those closest to the incident reportedly recognized that everything may change based on what happened next. And the most important part of the tale might not yet be written. According to reports, things changed during the very next conversation. The question that everyone had been delaying for weeks was finally asked by Kirk's mother, according to people with knowledge of the situation. Is that true? The room seemed to be silent. Jasmine reportedly lowered her head, paused for a few emotional seconds, and then quietly said yes, before making the assertion that, if accurate, would significantly change the plot. She allegedly nodded while holding back tears. The baby is a girl. The veracity of the private correspondence has never been independently verified. But almost immediately after, rumors started to circulate on social media. Simultaneously, alleged photos of Kirk allegedly leaving Jasmine's apartment late at night began circulating online, causing even more uproar despite the fact that their authenticity and context were never disclosed. Fans suddenly began revisiting previous interviews, public appearances, and social media clips, convinced they had overlooked clues that now seemed hard to ignore. In a matter of hours, rumors flooded timelines. Every smile was scrutinized. Every awkward glance was slowed down and replayed. Every quiet moment became another alleged piece of the puzzle as thousands of individuals tried to make connections that might or might not have existed. While the internet fabricated its own narrative, those closest to the tragedy were apparently dealing with something far more emotional behind closed doors. Its members struggled to agree on what to do next. Some people strongly backed Jasmine, while others questioned Kirk's decisions. The disagreement is alleged to have produced profound divisions at a time when emotions were already running high. Online accusations quickly became out of control. Some critics said Jasmine was using the situation for attention, while others claimed Kirk was ignoring his responsibilities. Taken as a whole, they escalated an already contentious debate and raised public speculation, even though neither claim has been confirmed to be genuine. Sources claim that Jasmine eventually tried to stay away from social media entirely in the hopes that a getaway from the limelight would provide her with some peace of mind. Instead, the headlines kept coming up. The comments continued. Every new item seemed to be louder than the last, making it nearly impossible to evade the growing public attention. Insiders claim that Kirk was meeting in private with advisors to discuss how to deal with the increasing media pressure. Several strategies were reportedly considered, such as delaying public statements and keeping a tight eye on impending interviews. But despite all the precautions, nothing appeared to be able to stop the rumors from spreading, according to individuals who were close to the situation. Then something more occurred, which is said to have changed everything. One evening, Kirk reportedly unexpectedly showed up at Jasmine's front door. They remained silent for a long time after she opened it, according to sources. It is said that Kirk eventually broke the silence by admitting the concern he had been carrying around all along. "I'm terrified, but I have to stop running." If those reports are accurate, what happened became one of their most moving conversations. Frustration took the place of silence. Tears took the place of restraint. For a while, it seemed as though everything between them was about to fall apart. Then Jasmine quietly shifted the conversation. "This isn't about us anymore," she reportedly said. "It's related to her." The atmosphere was reportedly drastically changed by just few remarks. According to people familiar with the situation, Jasmine approached Kirk because she believed he was more focused on upholding his public persona than confronting reality. However, Kirk reportedly said that the constant pressure from all sides had been too much. Those close to the incident said it was one of the first times he openly acknowledged how much fear had influenced his choices. Jasmine's family reportedly came together without Kirk a few days later. Sources described the mood as quite emotional. A family member allegedly asked whether someone who continued to hesitate could truly be ready for the possible responsibilities. Instead of reprimanding Jasmine, family members apparently focused on reassuring her that she wouldn't have to deal with whatever came next alone. After months of balancing hope and worry, Jasmine apparently reached a difficult revelation. Her future could no longer be predicated on unanswered questions or broken promises. Just when it seemed like the story could not get any more dramatic, another rumor surfaced online. Someone claiming to know Kirk allegedly told a blogger that he wasn't ready to have children. The concept quickly gained hold on social media, igniting yet another round of public debate, even though it was never officially verified. Nobody expected this after months of trying public appearances in which Jasmine and Kirk were unable to hide their increasing estrangement from one another. Not after the persistent denials, the mysterious social media posts, and the rumors that seemed to get louder every week. For what felt like an eternity, the two were silent. It appears that what they have now stated has shocked fans, close friends, and even members of their own families. For months, there was conjecture. Instead, it intensified. Every public appearance, every deleted post, every strange discussion, and every mysterious disappearance seemed to start a whole new